How to perform the Super 7 shoulder exercises. Exercise number 1, external rotation. Most of them we do lying on the stomach. In this one, the forearm is hanging off the edge of the table. The arm is supported by the edge of the table. It's very important for the shoulder to remain in the center of the joint. In other words, you do not want the front of the shoulder to push forward into the table. Some of us may benefit from padding the shoulder with rolled towel. For people with a history of dislocation or subluxation of the shoulder, this movement may not be appropriate. So as always, consult with a specialist before initiating exercises. Exercise number 2, shoulder flexion or elevation. You will bring your straight arm toward the ceiling in line with the head. Of course, if the movement is limited, you may do only a fragment of it. In this situation, we keep the thumb upward in the direction of the ceiling. Your shoulder blade is gliding on the ribs in the downward direction and also tipping backward. Thoracic spine extends. Next exercise, diagonal elevation. We keep a 45-degree angle while lifting the arm up and sideways. The thumb is pointing downward in what we call closed can position. Again, pay attention to scapular motion of your shoulder blade over your ribs. Exhale as you lift, as you exert. Inhale as you're coming back to resting position. The next exercise is shoulder extension. We're going to bring the arm down and backward in line with the body and rest. Again, as we exhale, as we exert, we lift. This time the thumb is pointing outward. Pay attention to scapular movement. Again, very important for the shoulder not to move forward as we lift the arm. The next movement is horizontal elevation, sideways movement of the arm. Here you can have your head turned toward the side that you're lifting. The thumb is pointing in the same direction that the crown of your head is pointing. Lift your arm sideways as you exhale. When inhaling, return back to resting position. Notice yet another precise movement of the scapula, of your shoulder blade toward the spine and then away from the spine. And again, as you lift your arm, your shoulder should not be pushing forward. If lying with your head turned to the side is uncomfortable, you can try the same exercise with the forehead leaning on the opposite hand. Another aspect is weight bearing across your chest, abdomen, and pelvis. It may take some time to master these movements. Next is the bicep curl. You lie on your back and you squeeze your fists and bend your elbows. You couple movement with supination, which means turning the palms toward your shoulders, and turning the palms down toward the floor as you straighten your elbows. This is the function of the bicep muscle. Not only flexing the elbow, but a supination of the forearm, turning of the bones of your forearm. Exhale on exertion, inhale as you come back. The last exercise is triceps. You lie with your arm straight in front of you at 90 degrees and you straighten your elbow and bend it with your hand moving next to your head. It's important to keep the arm stationary and the axis of movement is at your elbow. Lifting the arm, straightening the elbow, bending the forearm. You don't want to make movements of the arm wobbling, dancing, lifting, or lowering. You want to maintain an axis of your elbow while the arm is stationary. This is a deceptively simple movement that I found even many athletes having difficulty with, keeping the arm stationary and using triceps for straightening of the elbow. None of the exercises should be painful or uncomfortable. I recommend to start without any resistance and master the movements, then progressively add weights. If you're interested in the complete program, as well as strong and flexible shoulders course, please visit us at www.bettermovement.com.